This is Kathy with College in 321, and we're bringing you another spotlight video for the College of Charleston and their dance program. We like to share with you what different colleges look like and their dance programs offer so that you can make an informed decision about your college experience. So if you are interested in this type of video, please go ahead and subscribe and click on that notification button so that you can get all the updates about our videos when they're released. Now on to our video about the College of Charleston. Gretchen, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. So hi, I'm Dr. Gretchen McLaine. I'm Associate Professor and Director of the Dance Program at College of Charleston, and I've actually been here for 15 years.
Oh, great. All right. So you've seen the evolution of the program.
Oh yeah, I was brought in to create the dance major curriculum and turn it from a minor into a major.
Okay, fantastic. When did that occur?
That occurred, I was brought in 2007, and we had a little bit of delay in starting the major because we had to have our building finished. And that happened in 2011. And then the major had to go through all of the appropriate steps. And our first group of dance majors started in 2012. So it's been 10 years now.
Okay, great. All right. So what is the overall goal of the program at College of Charleston?
Our overall goal is to give students a solid dance education that is comprehensive and yet still rooted in the liberal arts tradition. So we work with students who have a variety of career goals and interests and experiences in dance. And we work to help them use dance to further their career in whatever field they choose to go into.
Okay, so maybe you can tell us a little bit, back up a little bit and tell us a little bit more about College of Charleston itself and what they could expect being a student on that campus.
Sure. College of Charleston is in Charleston, South Carolina, and Charleston is this beautiful, very progressive city located, in the southern area of the state, and we're right on the beach, which is very nice. It's about a 15-minute drive to the beach, and students spend lots of days out in the sunshine on our campus. We are the 13th oldest college in America. We were actually established before the United States itself.
Oh, wow.
And yes, we are celebrating our 251st anniversary this year as a college. And it is a gorgeous historic campus, lots of old buildings, lots of greenery, and it's a bit of history right within the city. So you're in the campus, but you're also blended right into the city. And it's a thriving artistic community. There are lots of theaters here. There are lots of music venues and art galleries, and our School of the Arts is very, very busy and integrated into the city throughout the whole entire year.
That's great. I've spent time in Charleston, love it, and the campus is absolutely stunning. It's amazing. I think they even have some of the campus living facilities are actually some of the old historic Charleston mansions, right?
Some of the old historic homes are student housing, and then also faculty offices and even some workspaces. Yes. And that in between modern buildings, our Simmons Center, so our Cato Center for the Arts is 12 years old, and our Simmons Center is actually being redone now. That should be completed in fall of 2023, multi-million-dollar renovation to our theater and studio art and historic preservation spaces and music spaces as well.
Okay, so maybe you can just transition here into telling us a little bit about the facilities for the dance program.
Sure. So we are housed between both Cato Center and the Simmons Center. We have two large dance studios with sprung floor and Marley overlay and soundproof tiles and high ceilings and bars and windows and all of that. And we have two additional spaces that are known as acting classrooms, but they're built with the same specification. The only thing that they don't have are the bars installed. And the
Mm.
idea is that we have flexible use spaces. So if we need to utilize all 4 as dance spaces, we can. In addition to that, we have 3 theaters. We have the Chapel Theater, which is a black box. It seats 110 and it has full, lighting and sound capabilities. We have our Emmett Robinson Theater, which seats 370, and that is undergoing renovation right now. And then we also have under renovation is our Theater 220, which is an additional black box. For now, we are performing in the historic Satilli Theater, which seats, I think, right at 1,000 people. Beautiful historic theater right on campus. It's part of College of Charleston, that we own. And it's a gorgeous venue and just another example of some of the wonderful facilities that we have. Then we have full costume and scene shops. We have a lighting design lab. We have studio design space for our student designers in theater. So we're a department of theater and dance.
Okay.
So it's nice because we get to share facilities and resources and manpower. So one thing that I think that makes us very unique is our theater majors who might be majoring in lighting design will do the lighting design for our concerts, and our costume design concentration students will do costume design for our concerts. So we work a lot collaboratively with student and faculty designers.
Okay, that sounds great. So talk a little bit about, the productions that you do have through the course of the year, be it theater with, combined with dance or just dance concert type opportunities.
Sure. So we have a full production. Our department has a full production season. We do about 7 shows throughout the academic year. That includes 1 dance concert each semester. We always have a musical every year as well. We have worked with music and co-produced operas in which there was dance as well in there. Any student is allowed to audition and encouraged to audition for any of our productions. If you're a dancer, but you want to be in a musical, you can audition. If you want to be in a straight play, you can audition. If you're a theater major and you dance and you want to audition for a dance concert, you could do that as well. So there are lots of opportunities. It's very open to the College of Charleston community to be a part of our productions. You can also work backstage, in productions as well. But dancers specifically, we have 1 main stage concert each semester. The fall is faculty and guest artists choreographed, and then the spring is entirely student choreographed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. In addition to that, we take student work to American College Dance Association conferences. And then in the summer, we have a Maymester. And during that Maymester, we have a residency with a professional modern dance company, Annex Dance Company, in the area. And they work with our students who are here and perform in Piccolo Spoleto, which is the sister festival to the big Spoleto Festival, which happens here the last week of May and first 2 weeks of June.
Okay. Well, it sounds like lots of opportunities, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit more specific about what a student could expect being a dance major at College of Charleston. So first of all, you have a Bachelor of Arts program, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And so that allows students to double major.
Absolutely.
I think that's quite common at College of Charleston, correct?
It is. And it's really common, particularly with our program. In fact, that was one of the things I wanted to make sure of when working on the curriculum, is that it could be done with the double major in mind. We understand that's something important to students, something important to parents, something that I did. So we wanted to make it possible for students. Students can double major with any subject. They might do a double major with dance and arts management or dance and theater, or you could do dance and marine biology, exercise science, education, psychology. Those are all examples of double majors that we have right now. So
Okay.
the curriculum is very, very flexible. So every student's schedule and experience is going to look different. It's going to be unique to them. And that's one thing that we really pride ourselves on, is creating an experience that's unique to each student's needs.
Okay. So when you start as a dance major, can you just take us through the progression between, the first year as a dance major and the type of courses that you would take, and all the way through the senior
Sure.
year?
Sure. So as a dance major, you're going to have a balance of courses between technique and theory. And in your first semester, especially, we start you in those technique classes like ballet and modern, just to get you in the door. You're going to have, in your first year, you're going to have those, like I said, those basic technique classes. You might have an elective, you might have a special topics in non-Western dance technique, or a Pilates class, or a lob-on movement analysis, or a contact improv. It really just, again, depends on the student and their schedule. You might be a part of a first year seminar experience class, something that all first year students have to take in any subject. And we have some specific to dance, so that
Oh, okay,
dancers can
that's
take.
nice.
Like we have a dance on stage and screen class
Okay.
that meets the requirements of a first year seminar that all incoming freshmen at CFC has to take. So you can have different classes like that. We encourage you right away to get involved in performance opportunities. So auditioning for those dance concerts, getting involved in Dance Alliance, which is our student dance organization. And then you might go on and take classes in the second semester, additional technique classes. You might take, history of Western dance or history of non-Western dance. In your second year, you're certainly going to start with your choreography and improvisation classes, and you progress through your different technique levels. Take jazz, tap, point as an elective. We have different electives for students, but ballet, modern, jazz are required, as is a class in non-Western dance technique.
Okay.
And then we have different electives that students are kind of, grouped into. And then as you work throughout the progression of the major, of course, we're looking at your other major, if you have that, and see how we work in with that, so that we're really looking at the whole picture. So some people, for example, with education, they tend to finish their dance degree requirements within the first 3 years, so that they can spend their fourth year doing all of their student teaching. So we kind of push them through, and their dance course schedule is going to be a little bit more intense than someone that's going to take the 4 years to complete all of the major requirements. Of course, we have students that take more than the minimum amount of requirements. And we have students, we do have an optional concentration in choreography and performance. And so if students want to do that, they might be spending their third and fourth year taking the classes specifically required for that concentration.
Okay, great. The thing I find very attractive about the College of Charleston is they do a really good job of accepting AP and IB credits coming in. And oftentimes you can count them twice.
Yes.
Towards some kind of required course, core course, as part of the liberal arts curriculum, and then also towards a major or something like that. And the ability to do that allows students more flexibility when they're actually in college to do the double major. Or have you seen where students are able to complete the degree in 3 years?
Oh, yeah. We've had a few students that have done that, and that have done that for various reasons, financial certainly being one big consideration. And that's possible as well. The trick is when you're coming in, kind of having that idea in mind. If you know from your freshman year that you want to complete the degree in 3 years, that's a lot easier than halfway through your junior year making
that decision.
Yeah, exactly. So, just knowing those things ahead of time. But coming in with AP credit, or dual enrollment credit, coming in with any sort of language placement, because one thing that makes College of Charleston unique is we require a certain level of proficiency in a foreign language. So if you've never had a foreign language before, it's probably going to take you 4 semesters to get to that proficiency level,
Right.
but you might test in and be able to skip 2 semesters and only have to do 2 semesters of a foreign language. So any of those things that you can do, and then like you were saying, double dipping with classes. For example, you are required to have 12 credits of humanities at College of Charleston. You could take 6 of those within the dance major, meaning that they would count for both the humanities and for dance major requirements or electives. So the double dipping is definitely the way to go.
That is
we know
one
all
of the
those
best parts.
Yeah, we know all of those little tricks as your advisor. So as a dance major, you have required advising every semester, but you sit with one of the faculty members who advises you. And we know all of these tricks. We work with faculty in the various other majors to make sure that, you know, you're going to be on the right track.
Yeah. And I think it's, you know, for students that have some idea about going into performance, you know, as a career, I think the ability to get done in 3 years is certainly attractive, you know?
Right.
That's great. That's one of my favorite parts of College of Charleston's, it's a definite benefit for their school. That's for sure.
And just like you said, especially for students that are wanting to get done early or to be there for the 4 years and have that time to really grow and learn, but to do a double major. And even we have students that do triple majors.
Wow. Yeah. That is really, really a great part of the Charleston experience for sure.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about your faculty and what they bring to the program.
Sure. Our faculty consist of full-time myself and Professor Kristen Alexander, who's an associate professor. And then we have a roster of about 7 or 8 adjunct faculty. Some of these adjunct faculty have been here for 10 years. I've personally hired all of them. And one thing that I insist on is that they are there because they love teaching and they love teaching college students. It's not just, oh, I've retired from performing and I don't know what to do, so I'll teach now. You know, these are faculty that are invested in helping these college students grow as dancers and as human beings. And so, and they're passionate about education. So we have wonderful faculty. Some come from the old Bolshoi school in Russia and teach ballet. They all have various professional backgrounds, have their master's degrees, and they're just wonderful. The faculty, the other wonderful thing I can say about them is that even though they're adjunct, and that means that, you know, they're contracted to teach their classes, but they don't have research obligations and things like that. But they always go above and beyond. If a student says, hey, could you come to my rehearsal tomorrow night and watch my piece and give me feedback on my choreography? You always have faculty members here that are willing to do that. They volunteer a lot of their time just because they are invested in the student's success and in the students as individuals.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great experience. What do you think is unique about the experience for a dancer at College of Charleston that they should think about when they're considering colleges?
I think they should think about the flexibility that we offer, the fact that we really do focus on individuals. We allow for independent studies and tutorials for students that want to go, you know, and explore a particular path. We help them with that. One thing that makes us unique, of course, is the fact that we actually encourage the double major. The other thing, I think we have a study abroad program that's pretty unique. So every other year, I take a group of students abroad to 3 different countries. And we go for 2 weeks. It's during that Maymester time. We go for 2 weeks to 3 different countries and we see lots of dance. So for example, we went to Paris, Brussels, and Berlin. We just got back a couple weeks ago. And Yes, yes. And so we were at Paris Opera Ballet and had a private tour of the Paris Opera Ballet Theater. And then we saw Akram Khan Company and Mott's Eck there. And then we were at Brussels and we toured the Brussels Opera House. When we were in Germany, we saw Staatsoper unter der Linden do Eugene Onegin. So it was a great experience, and they get academic credit for it. And that
That's
counts
awesome.
toward the humanities. So again, they can double dip in those credits.
Oh,
But
good. Yeah.
we do a different tour. We go to different countries every other year. And it's a nice 2-week adventure. It gives you a chance to experience different countries, experience different cultures. We have lots of like cultural outings and events and free time for the students. And so I think that's one thing that is pretty unique to us.
Yeah, that sounds like a fantastic opportunity.
It's a lot of fun. Very little sleep.
How many students go on
I
that?
took 12 students.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep it
That's
small so that we
yeah,
don't
it's a
look like
great
a
size.
tourist group. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Can get into restaurants with 12. It's hard to get into restaurants with 30, you know?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So who do you think is a good fit for being a dance major at College of Charleston?
Ooh, that is a great question. I think a good fit is someone who is still, interested and passionate about dance. Maybe they don't know where they want that in their career, or they've been told that it's not a good career choice, economically or
Mhm.
things like that. Or they're interested in other things and they want to see how dance can also merge into that. So students that want to go on and continue dance, or maybe they want to go on and do something and still have dance in their lives and they haven't
Mhm.
figured out how to do that. I think that is a good student for us and someone that we love to help them find who they are and where they are in life and in society and help them along.
Okay, that's great. I think that is important. There's so many students out there that just don't know how to navigate it. Maybe, performance isn't necessarily in the cards for them, but they love to dance and want to continue to have dance in their lives and find a career to merge up, their other skills and talents with
Exactly.
with their experience in dance.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the liberal arts education that College of Charleston offers also can help with that discovery, understanding more about the world around you outside of the dance studio.
Right, right. And understanding those different opportunities that exist that you don't know about yet.
Yes. So how does a student apply to the College of Charleston if they intend to be a dance major?
The most important thing is you actually have to apply to the college
Mhm.
and get accepted by the college. The dance major acceptance is pretty easy in that you can come and visit us in person. You can take a class and we can watch you and evaluate you there as a dance major. You can submit a video of yourself and we can evaluate you that way. Or we also have students that sometimes come to the college and they don't think they're going to major in dance, and then they decide they want to, and they can be evaluated during their first semester, kind of like on a probationary basis, if
Right,
you will.
right.
So there's lots of different avenues, but the most important thing, of course, is to apply to the College of Charleston. We do have scholarship auditions for students, for incoming students, and those happen the end of January, the previous year, so the senior year in high school.
Okay.
And so you want to contact me about that information and to get all of the requirements that you need for the scholarship audition. Scholarship auditions usually are in person, but we do accept virtual auditions as well.
Okay. So can you tell me a little bit about what you're looking for in a dancer?
Sure. We're looking for dancers that are interested in being well-rounded artists. We're not necessarily just looking at technique. An interview is an important part of the audition for us, where we get to talk with the student and we get to see if this is a good fit for the student, and for us as well, if we feel like this is a program that can help you grow and you want to be part of that. So we look at, like I said, the interview portion as much as we do the technical portion, because we can always work with technical deficiencies.
So if a student was a sophomore or junior and they're just starting to look into colleges, do you invite them on campus? Is there a way to,
Absolutely.
do a class? And
oh, absolutely. We think that the best way to make a decision about your college future is to visit the campus, and most importantly, visit the department where you're going to be, because it has to be the right fit. And we want it, of course, we want it to be the right fit for you. But if it's not, you need to know that. That's very important as well. And so the college and the program both need to be the right fit. So we encourage students to come to send me an email is always the best way, but we arrange for you to take classes with some of the dance majors, be an honorary dance major for the day.
Yeah.
The students will grab you and take you out to lunch. They're very, very friendly. They really will. But, take technique classes, sit in on a theory-based class. You get a chance to tour the facilities, to talk to all the faculty, and most importantly, to talk to our students, because they'll give you a perspective that we as faculty can't. That's the student perspective. And the students are very honest and very helpful, and very often they keep in touch with prospective students. So, as you have questions, you can contact them or you can contact me. But we invite you to visit. And if you want to visit us 2 or 3 times while you're making your college search, that is fine.
That's awesome. That's
and
great.
If it's during a time when you can watch a rehearsal, or even better, come to a performance, we really encourage that, because that's great, especially for those that are performance oriented. If you come to a show and you see these people on stage dancing, your thought is, do I feel like this is where I belong?
Right. It is very helpful to see the output by the department and visualize yourself in those productions, and
to feel like it's the right fit for you. But I mean, we want you to come visit. Definitely, we want you to come visit. I know sometimes people think South Carolina and they go, oh, South Carolina, but Charleston is really this lovely beacon of light in South Carolina, and it's beautiful. And we have lots of families that will, if you want your family to come visit you at college, come to College of Charleston, because lots of families like to come visit and vacation at the beach.
And it is, when you think about the cold winters in the north, Charleston is definitely not that.
Definitely not that. Cold to us is like 50 degrees. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's right on the coast, and it's beautiful. Thank you very much for having this discussion, helping high school dancers out there try and formulate their college list.
Absolutely. My best piece of advice is to ask faculty at any program, not just us, but to ask faculty, to ask if you can speak to students. If they say no, then maybe that tells you something. I don't know. Yeah, maybe
it's not the right place.
But ask. People are willing to help. They're willing to share their stories with you and help you out.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.